Oh no. Look at all that water. There we go. Perfect.
Hey, the start-stop button lights up.
Seriously?
Yes.
So there's power going to the start-stop button somehow.
Yes.
There's something. Do we have lights? Yeah, there's a turn signal. Welcome to Hoovie's Garage, the dumbest automotive channel in all of YouTube. And today we're going to assess the condition of what is probably the worst BMW collection on the planet that I have assembled. You see some of them right here, some very nice examples like the two I recently bought at Barrett-Jackson, 2001 740i Sport, 2007 BMW M6, both of which have left a nice little puddle over where they were parked for the last week inside the garage. And then this, my 98 740i that I've had for a year that I'm going to need to sell to pay for all the mechanic bills to fix the others. In addition, the clown shoe is done, my flood car that was in Hurricane Helene, 2001 BMW Z3 M Coupe that is now totally fixed, and the car ninja is going to bring it over to give me the bill and show off his work, but also he's going to check out, yes, my infamous BMW X6M that I buried in the ground 2 years ago when I determined that it was a total lost cause. Now, I buried it like I have a few cars in the past because it was well beyond mechanically and cosmetically totaled. At some point, the M engine had blown, which it's famous for doing, the twin-turbo V8, and somebody had swapped in a non-M engine that was poorly running, cobbled together, zip ties, things forced in, barely drove, maybe went 20 miles an hour if you were extremely, extremely patient. The air ride rear suspension completely dead, the front suspension shot, the tires shot, the paint annihilated, the interior trashed. So it wasn't worth saving and really wasn't worth a whole lot in parts either. So like I have in the past, I got the bright idea to bury the car in the ground. And well, I was supposed to dig it up a year later, but now over 2 years have gone by. And since then, Hoovie's Garage has been built and completed. All the home renovations are done. And in the last 2 years, I feel like the whole world has changed in so many different ways. So let's introduce the X6M, or it used to be M, to 2025. A big excavator is coming to dig it out. Yeah, Barry is the one who put it in the hole a few years ago, and thankfully, he sort of remembered, but there is a bit of a sinkhole to mark the spot on this X6M, and that does not bode well for the condition of it. But I'm wondering if the structure has collapsed, because this is some considerable sinkage on this hole. But anyway, let's see if we can find some BMW first, then we have to remake the ramp and then pull it out without completely annihilating it, which is easier said than done. That's some pretty wet looking dirt, which we've done this 2 times before. Once the car came out dry, it ran again. The other time, it was like it was underwater in the dirt and no hope of it running, which, oh, we found BMW. Hey, what do we got there? So the sunroof and the headliner, I think, in the windshield, which is collapsed. Yeah, what do we got? Yeah, there's some BMW there, so the roof is definitely collapsed quite a bit. You can see the steering wheel is right there, the BMW steering wheel with mold growing on it. Oh, yep, the window switches. It's wet. Oh man, there's the BMW logo and the kidneys. Now Barry's moved along to the sides and the back. Oh! Oh! Anyway, excavating a BMW is very delicate work, as you can see. But it's starting to become a car-shaped blob. What did he clip over there? Yeah, we got a fender flare. We got a mirror. These coupe SUVs were so hideous, and then for BMW to put a defective engine in them made it worse. So it looks better actually than it did when new, if I'm honest. All right, Barry's coming around to attempt extraction, but let's see how bad it is currently. Does not look good. Oh yeah, that is full flood, full water inside the cabin, unfortunately. and the whole structure has just collapsed. Okay, hopefully he knows I'm down here. I'm gonna get out of the way so he can pull it up. Okay, now move. There we go. Oh no, look at all that water. Push. Okay. And out she comes. Yeah. There we go. Perfect. But before we assess this BMW, I have to show off my Brunt boots, the sponsor of today's video. And unlike this BMW, I am totally blown away by the build quality. These things fit perfectly right out of the box with minimal, almost no break-in. And even though it's a heavy-duty boot, it has great support and feels really breathable. They're slip resistant, as I'm demonstrating with this river dance, and they have waterproof construction, and they're built to handle up to 572 degrees in temperature, which I shall demonstrate right now. Now, even though they are the best boots I have ever owned, they're also affordably priced, and you can try them out for free with a risk-free trial. So if you don't like them, you can send them back for free, including shipping, if you bought them within the United States. So treat yourself to some Brunt boots, and you can support the channel and get yourself a nice discount by going to bruntworkwear.com/Hoovies10, which is linked below, and you can use my code Hoovies10 for a $10 discount. So treat yourself to some Brunt boots, and well, now let's assess the condition of this BMW. Let's see if we can get into this sumptuously appointed cabin of the X6M. Okay, that's so far so good. We got a door that opens, doesn't want to stay open, but oh no, lots of water has gotten in, unfortunately. Yeah, filled that door pocket. Oh, that silt, that nasty fertilizer farm ground smell is in this thing. So when I did this like 7 years ago with a LeBaron, it stayed dry and it started. The Land Rover, while the structure didn't collapse, it was flooded like this and there was no hope. So I imagine we're probably in the same boat here. Shards of glass in the interior as well. Yeah, the structure of this coupe SUV didn't make it, unfortunately. Although the back held pretty well, even under the excavators pushing on the rear hatch, which did cave it in a little bit, but all in all, not bad. Caught the hook right there. But we go around. Yeah, this one's definitely a goner. I don't think there's any hope of any kind of electrical system coming back to life, let alone turning over the engine. But who the heck knows? The car ninja, he's probably fixed worse. So when he gets here to take a look at this and the rest of the BMWs, maybe there's a chance. Look at this. From a completely dead flood car to a
driving car.
Amazing. So yeah, this has the S54 inline 6, similar to the E46 M3, over 300 horsepower. And these are pretty expensive cars, like, you know, 40, 50 grand for a nice low mileage one like this, except for the flood, you know. So everything fixed?
Yeah, I'm happy with it.
Well, now I want you to do the exact same thing to that. You restored this one so well, I think this one needs to come back. You have the touch.
Yeah.
Yeah, these goofy hatchback things. And you're hauling some stuff, huh?
Yeah, brought some goodies.
Oh, some tools to restore the X6. And a bill. Oh yeah. All that work to get it going and all the fluids, relay, alternator, starter. $1,600. There's some tires in there too, right?
On the next page.
Oh.
They're expensive.
Oh yeah, so grand total $3,241 to completely sort. This thing was gonna get killed. It was gonna get junked.
Wow.
They were gonna salvage it out because it was a flood car in Hurricane Helene with the water line up to here.
Yeah. Well, it took, I don't know, 3-4 months for the water to evaporate.
Right.
Yeah.
To dry it all out.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
But I'm glad you saved it.
Yeah, me too. I can't wait to drive it, and I can't wait to drive the X6 again once you work your magic on it. So
This is hilarious.
it's had a little bit of water intrusion as well. Go ahead and take a look at the inside. It's it's not bad. It's probably, it'll buff out,
Yeah. It will vacuum out, yes.
Yes. You didn't bring a shop vac, did you?
I can go grab one.
Unfortunately, the backhoe kind of caught the roof a little bit, but it had already kind of collapsed.
We can make it a convertible.
That's a good idea. I mean, these coupe SUVs were already pretty ugly. Yeah. A few extra 1,000 pounds of dirt in this thing.
10 pounds right here.
But it drove into the hole,
Let's see if the hood will open.
Yeah, I already got it to latch. I kicked all the dirt off of it, and the hood actually popped.
I'm speechless.
What?
Oh, it opens.
Yeah, it's not bad. I think you're just gonna have to bend my hood. It's already slightly
bent.
Yep.
Hey, we'll buff out.
Oh, there you go. You got it to lay. Careful with the glass, though.
I don't want to break the glass.
Right. So here was the lost cause.
Yes.
Where it's the non-M engine that somebody swapped in, cobbled it together, and it barely ran, barely drove. Just enough for it to go through the auction.
That's
and
a shame,
for
though.
me, a sucker to buy,
Yeah, but how would you know? I mean, you have to tear it all apart to see the numbers.
Right.
Unfortunately.
I'm noticing something not good here. Inside the air intake.
I brought a light.
Is that some water?
It is. Yes. Oh yeah, it's flooded. I would not try to crank it unless we vacuum that water. Or do you want to see what happens?
Do you think well, if it got there, it probably got into the intake and it's probably all full, the combustion chamber, everything else, right?
I guess we can find out if you have a shot vac.
I suppose. You want to see if it has electrical power first?
Yeah. Let me grab my jump box.
I feel like it would be a miracle just for the electricity to work in this thing. But there's the key.
Hey, the start-stop button lights up.
Seriously?
Yes.
So there's power going to the start-stop button somehow.
Yes.
There's something. Do we have lights? Yeah. There's a turn signal.
It will be the dome light works. But unfortunately there is no key.
No key activation?
No. Look at that, dome light works.
The footwell light, wow. Okay. So, whatever module that is didn't get wet. Is it something up higher or something they just waterproofed really well?
For the module?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right here. That's where I left it.
What's that?
That's where I left it.
Oh,
I was missing one.
You mean for 2 years, one of your flathead screwdrivers has been sitting on the cowl of this thing?
Actually, it's a pick, straight pick.
Oh.
Yeah, it's sitting right there.
Oops. Well, now you can have it back.
Yes, please.
I suppose.
So I can complete my set.
Okay. Well, I suppose it is a lost cause. But
Unfortunately.
there was something. There were lights for a moment. There's some dome lights. But when water gets in like that, and it basically just sat underwater for 2 years.
Yeah.
So it is totally smoked.
Yes.
The good news is, there's some cars inside, some BMWs I just got in, that are probably way more fixable than this. Way easier to fix than that. So, if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah. Well, come on in, little clown shoe. That is so awesome.
I remember when I first opened up the shop, it smelled just like this.
Oh,
Because everything was brand new.
right. Well, we use the same floor guy.
Yes. He did a phenomenal job.
Yep, but boy, now this thing's in the lights. It definitely needs to go to the detailer now.
Yes.
Can't wait to see what Van Gogh will do with this thing now that it's all mechanically sorted out. And new Michelins. Can't wait to drive it too. But here is the rest of this terrible BMW collection right here. So you know the 740iL well because you worked on it for many years, even before you had your own shop. This one I'm probably going to sell since I got the 740i Sport. But the only thing not working on it is the air conditioning. It's leaked out.
Probably. So hopefully left a trail. Easy fix, yeah.
And then the low coolant warning, which I think it's just the sensor just acting up because it has coolant.
No,
but these are the two that really need a looky-loo. So the 2007 BMW M6 convertible that I got for only $9,000.
That's a steal.
And it's quiet. It runs and drives great. As you can see, a few little chips and things, but all easily fixable.
How many miles on it?
Just right at 100.
Rod bearings?
I was going to ask you about that. So rod bearings is probably time. And then this one, 72,000 miles on the 740i Sport. And it had a bunch of work done to it, a ton of work done. But he stopped at doing the timing chain cover, which is what I think that is.
Whoa.
So that's the 740i Sport for about a week. And this is the M6 for about a week.
Wow.
So they both are a pretty good drippy, but this one's 72,000 miles and the same color as the clown shoe. A mold red, really rare for one of these.
It's gorgeous. The problem is, it's an old car. If they sit, those gaskets, they're going to dry out. So
yeah, well, it also has a little bit of the rattle, the timing chain rattle on startup. But if you're doing the timing chain cover, we've been through all this before. I mean, why not do it one more time? Again, it needs similar buff out, similar to Van Gogh, but in a little bit better shape than the clown shoe.
I like it.
Yeah.
I never seen a red one.
I know. This one, though, it doesn't have any warning lights. This one is definitely lit up like a Christmas tree. I saw you brought your code scanner, right?
Yes.
Can we take a look? Whoa. Okay. 8 faults. That's far from a record, I suppose.
Well, so you have a vacuum leak somewhere. My guess will be either intake gaskets or your PCV in the back. It's very common on those. And then maybe your gas cap is leaking. We have to look at that. Those, they came up with updated one.
The cam's position sensor?
Yes.
Okay.
And obviously your oxygen sensors, they, after a certain age, they'll give you a code that they're old.
I see.
And you cannot, it just needs to be changed.
And the ABS light's on.
Right front wheel speed sensor.
Okay.
And left front.
So both of them.
I highly doubt it's going to be your sensors. My money is going to be on the module.
They said in the inspection with the timing chain cover that it needed to be resoldered or whatever. They quoted like $500 to fix it or something like that.
Yeah, but we don't have the tools to resolder that.
Oh, okay, so just get a rebuilt one?
No, we can just send it to, there is a guy that can do them for us.
Okay.
Actually, he did the gray one.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, it's deja vu for sure.
Yes. Now, this is going to be a problem for the airbag light because it's your seat mat on the passenger side.
Oh.
Those are kind of pricey.
So on the M6, though, I'm curious because you can check the clutch life on it, right?
We'll do a full scan on it too and see.
Okay.
Yeah.
All the BMW bings and bongs. Man, this one, be sad to see it go, but obviously the 740i Sport with low mileage is the one to keep, and then maybe do like a 6-speed swap on it. They've done quite a bit. That'd be fun. This one, I mean, what do you think? Probably worth $7,000 or so.
I would say so with all the records.
All the records it has and the condition, which is just pretty astounding. So I guess that's what I would let it go for. Yeah, it came from a family friend who went into the nursing home and he had it for over 20 years. And it has that smell. That's the thing. Well, how's it going here?
Oh, not bad, not bad. At some point had a misfire on cylinder number 8 and probably the battery went low.
Right.
Okay, so yeah, it's a low voltage. I mean, you're gonna get all kinds of crazy.
When the battery gets low, because
Yes.
there's no current fault codes, at least anything showing on the dash right now.
No, so
What about the clutch?
let's see if we can get a reading on this.
So according to Mr. BMW mechanic Amir, the clutch position should be around 650 to 700 when engaged and 100 to 150 when disengaged. So I guess we're close.
Yeah. So
I don't know.
it must be new.
It's not shuddering. It's not doing anything
No.
weird. I figured at 100,000 miles, it's probably already been done.
Honestly, we just had an M5 similar vehicle, you know, and that car barely moved, so you will know.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, do you want to start with this one to see what the leaks are?
Yeah.
You can move it up, see what you think of the clutch. It has an exhaust on it too.
Oh, really?
Not bad, huh? And it's quiet up here. Yeah, pick a lift, mi casa, su casa. Oh, it's already missing its underbody panel, huh?
On the leak.
What is it?
Did you hear the squeaking when we drove it in?
Yeah?
That's your steering rack.
Oh, so the steering rack's the big leak, huh?
Right there.
All right.
Hey, good news is going to be out when we do the rod bearings.
Oh, yep, you're absolutely right. Have you seen anything else?
I see this pressure sensor here is leaking.
Oh, that's not a big deal.
Not a big deal, but why do we have salvage numbers?
Oh, so somebody already replaced the transmission once.
Probably. And when they do that, you obviously change your clutch,
Right.
which is good because I'm not seeing any dust around here. So that's really, really good.
Okay, so the transmission already exploded when somebody ran the clutch down.
Probably, yeah.
And it's all been replaced. So that's great news. Okay. Yeah, bottom of the engine looks okay.
It's dry,
hopefully,
like super dry.
yeah, hopefully not too much rod bearing glitter in the oil, right?
Yeah, we'll check that. Or if you want to, we can send in a sample and they will do the analysis. But
100,000 miles is usually recommended to
Yes.
to do it, and we are there. All right.
suspension work is brand new. Look at that.
Oh yeah, you're right. It does feel really tight.
So good.
So no other surprises.
No surprises at all. It's except you're missing the mufflers.
Yes, that's why it sounds so good.
That's yeah.
I said it had an exhaust. It doesn't have an exhaust. That's why it sounds so good.
But it does sound good. It's not loud.
Right.
It's perfect.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm happy with it.
Right. I knew what I was getting into with a 100,000 mile M6 as far as the rod bearings, and no other surprises. So actually, this one's okay.
Except the steering rack.
Yeah, except the steering rack. So how about the shorty sporty? Yeah, up we go. Well, there's an under tray thief in Florida, I suppose, because it doesn't have it. It has a lot of oil, though. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, it is your timing covers.
And it is slinging it everywhere, isn't it?
Yeah.
Jiminy.
It's got new bushings.
Yes, a lot of work to the suspension. A lot of stuff done to it, but
Tight.
then they just let it leak and leak.
Well, we still need to check this. Oh, I see. There's a broken wire right there, I think.
Oh, it caught on something?
Well, I mean, they just do rot.
Okay.
So hopefully, because those are cheap compared to the module. We're good here. Hey, no transmission leak, because every 7.4 you had, we had to pull the tranny out.
Right.
So this is good. So you said the valve covers that were replaced, the valve cover gasket? No, they still leaking. Really good.
Oh, so they didn't do a good job with it.
No.
Although that's a consumable item, like every 3 to 5 years, they're usually leaking.
Shouldn't if you use genuine gasket. No. So those, they're the original ones. I mean, they're aged, so we need to change those for your.
All right.
I think this is a good buy too.
For $11,000 to get a low mileage 740i Sport is a great buy, and to get it in an unusual color, I feel like this is pretty special. I knew I did pretty well with these at Barrett-Jackson. The 240D was the one that I didn't look at, but these two I did look at pretty closely. The X6M, well, I guess Euro-Asian Bob's going to come haul that off for scrap, so that's going to go and get used for something, the wheels, the catalytic converters, so it will get parted out, and obviously there's a lot less parts that are going to be used now that it's been basically at the bottom of a swamp underwater for a couple of years. But I guess I need to give Ninja a ride back to his shop in the clown shoe. Yes. Okay. Oh,
This one fell off?
Last little bit of labor to do there.
No problem.
Fires right up. 97,000 miles. I see my mirrors failed. Uh-oh. How much is that?
Let's see if we can get just the glass.
Yeah.
I've done it in the past in one of my M3s because those are
pricey?
oh my god.
Yeah. Oh, these are so much fun. I had that S52 with, you know, like 60, 80 less horsepower, you know.
Well, I want to know how the tires feel on this.
Oh, right. New Michelin's too. Ouch. Jeez. That is so much fun. That is ridiculous.
Do you want to catch up to the sheriff?
No, I'm not going to catch up to the county sheriff who's clearly speeding there. But, yeah, this thing, oh man, they're so tight too. Of course, this was engineered sort of in a back room. The BMW guys wanted to build this car for themselves as far as the engineers and introduced this monstrosity and somehow got it through to where they actually built these. Not the Z3 convertible, but the clown shoe coupe itself.
Balanced really good.
Yes.
It's quite comfy though.
Right. It is like the last old school BMW, I feel like. Of course, that last generation where I collected the 2001 BMW Dream Team, and now I have sort of the nightmare team for the most part as far as a flood car and one that's buried and some Florida Man auction cars, but
Yeah.
I'm pretty happy.
Well, and you got great seats too.
Yes, the new seats did make a big difference, but it has now a Florida salvage title, so I need to go and get the inspection done to get a rebuild title, which I haven't done before, so that's going to be quite a process. But your work is done, so I very appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Of course.
Nice little rip here. Woo! And with those tires, it hooks up too. That is awesome. Yes.